The 7th-seeded Ohio Bobcats entered the opening round of the MAC tournament against one of the top teams in the MAC, the 2nd-seeded Ball State Cardinals. The Cardinals ended the regular season with a 16-2 conference record and won both of its meetings with Ohio earlier in the year. Ball State showed its physicality early on, out-rebounding Ohio 27-10 in the first half and 46-22 for the game.
I think they just were able to get to a lot of the loose balls and a lot of offensive rebounds that should have been ours. But again, that's a learning experience for not only myself even just leaving, but for the younger ones that are still here.
Ohio went into the locker room trailing Ball State 43-25. Bobcats continued to battle in the second half, outscoring the Cardinals 17-11 in the third quarter. Despite Ohio cutting its deficit to 14, Ball State continued to have a response.
Fourth quarter, Ball State was just flat out better than us, and when that happens, you tip your hat, and it's a little bit easier to swallow when you gave your best effort, and the other team just played better.
The Cardinals proved to be too much for the Bobcats, who fell short 77-53. With a lot of youth on the team, head coach Bob Bolden reflects on this season.
I think going in, there was a lot of uncertainty with the freshmen and the transfers and, Peyton and Maddie coming back as to who could do what. And I think it probably took them a little longer than it should have to figure out who could do what. I think we have a better idea of who can do what moving into this offseason.
Senior Peyton Guice battled through injury to get back on the floor and says she has continued to see growth from her team.
Their future years are very bright for all of them. I can't stress enough that, especially when you're coming in with even your veterans who haven't played much, it's always a learning experience, and I'm glad I got to learn it with them.
As for freshman Bailey Tabling, she says she knows what the team's focus will be next season.
Once you feel it, you kind of want to experience it again. So we know, next year when we come to work, it's going to be, we need to get here again, but this time we're going to try and beat Ball State next year or whoever we play.
Reporting for Bobcat Showcase, I'm Monesi in Cleveland.